just a video. Again, it's connecting into crystals, intuition, and related to just general opening today. I woke up this morning. I've been feeling it like a shift for the last couple of weeks, or a couple of, a few weeks, even the last month, where I feel like my energy's been shifting. It's been a change, looking for like change, looking like to open up and connect to the universe. And one of the things I felt this morning was a lot of us are like looking at sort of changes within our lives, and we're looking at how we do these and to make them, to action them. Again, Archangel Uriel is a great sort of archangel to call upon this. I feel with Uriel as an archangel, it sort of brings courage. It brings like sort of like courage, and it brings you like action. I feel like Uriel's this archangel that helps you with like your career path, with your kind of purpose. And Archangel Uriel was really good to call upon this. And again, I had an energy the other day which was like ruby red, and it was very much around this, around sort of like developing those qualities of like spirit and of soul, and how you use these qualities to sort of express yourself in your daily life, but doing something that connects with your purpose, what makes you happy, what makes you truly happy. And part of that was like the expression today is like I work within like a local authority. However, spiritually, I've always sort of like felt like that's my part-time job. Like spiritually, all these kind of stuff that I do is really who I am, and how I express myself. So like that's my main job, like spirituality and discussing things and talking about things. So that's a little bit insight into my own thinking, thoughts and feelings today. So I woke up today, and the first thing was like positivity, like positive change was a massive sort of energy that I was feeling this morning when I woke up. And it was about opening up, like open up your energy, but open it up properly, because a lot of us, I feel like, are waiting for something to happen. And the waiting sometimes is part of the process where the energy becomes stagnant and we become stuck. And you have to actually shift it. You have to actually open up to the universe, open your own energy up and allow it to flow with the universe. And this is what I feel was going on today, especially within my own sort of energy today. I felt like I woke up and I was looking for change. I was looking like to move towards working more spiritually, doing something. This has been more of my like career path and what I do. And there's a lot of things that stop me doing that sometimes. Some of it can be sort of like daily stuff. Where you're worrying about bills, you're worrying about money, but all of that is becomes sort of like stagnant energy, and you have to move past that, and you have to try and clear it. So part of that was like my thought process today. I went to like a local store today, and I just I met a lady today that was selling crystals, and it was great. I just walked up the road, and what I want to talk about is like synchronicities and like the universe, how it works. When you open up, then things start to become into alignment, and things start to synchronize. And what I mean by this is, my wife was saying, I've got a father-in-law that sort of like he misplaced his keys yesterday, and they said, "Oh, can you go up to like the local supermarket where he went, and then go to a pub?" And like I didn't want to do that. I was like, "Oh, I've got to go and do this," So that was the first sort of block. Was my thoughts of my energy and how I was feeling about that. But when I walked past, and I met this lady on this crystal store, and it was like a nice sort of like interaction. But it was also like the universe speaking, and sort of the energy was flowing, because there was like an interaction. There was like a synchronized meeting, and things like this happen all the time. And obviously I stopped off and I looked at the crystal store, and I thought I was drawn to a couple of crystals, and the two that I was drawn to today were black moonstone in a rough form, which is I always like the rough forms. I think they're beautiful. And apatite. Appetite is about like self-confidence, motivation, self-awareness, but it also connects you like to the spirit world, and because of the blue colour, it's very much around communication. And the black moonstone is very much around anxiety and stress, which we all suffer with. I suffer with it on a daily level, daily way. And I've done life coaching, I've done stress management consultancy, and I've done like mindfulness-based coaching, and I still suffer with it. But it has a physical effect on your energy, and it's about trying to realign that. But the black moonstone is about sort of overcoming stress and anxiety, and then using your intuition. So again, this connected into the message from today, which is about opening, and opening to your intuition, opening to your own insights, and starting to connect to it. We need to connect to our own energies, and we need to send them out there. We really need to open up our own energy fields for the universe, because the universe mirrors and reflects what we send out there. But you got to truly open it. And I felt like this morning when I was looking at it, looking at my own energy and my own insight. Again, this is what I do on these channels. I talk about my own experiences, and then I hope they resonate with somebody, or they make sense to somebody. So for somebody, to either, we can either sort of comment on it, or you can sort of reach out, or just, message me and talk about these kind of things. Because what I've done for a long time as a spiritual, in my spiritual journey, is I've always been there to help people open up and help people grow. That's what I've been done for a long time. I did this when I worked as a healer. I do this like with Reiki. I work with the crystals. And all of this is about sort of opening people up and helping people to awaken and grow spiritually, so they become more aligned with their purposes, which is all of our soul's purpose, why we're here. But the thing to me is, open up that energy again, is being aligned, it's being in source again, it's connecting your essence and your energy, and you start to open up and you allow the new to come in, you allow new growth, new beginnings, new opportunities to come in, but you have to open it up. And this was one of the lessons I had today when I was sitting there and I was just sitting in my own intuition, because I have felt stuck at times, like we all do, but it's about sort of like really putting that energy out there. And I've realised today that I want something and I want to create it, but it's not creating because part of me hasn't really opened it up and hasn't really sent the intentions out to the universe. And then the law of attraction starts to work, the spiritual law of attraction starts to work in that way. So when you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency, that's what starts to happen. So it's a very practical thing as well. It's about well-being, it's about like, using your energy and your thought processes as a creative energy to start to create with the universe. And this is what co-creation's about, and this is what is happening for a lot of us at the moment. And this is why a lot of us sort of like feel like there's a shifting and a changing happening for us at the moment, and we feel like we want to open up because we're awakening to our own intuition, our own higher guidance, our higher understanding. And this is what this time's about. So these two crystals are very apt for me today. These are going to be my two new ones that I have in my pocket when I go to work, and I've cleansed them already with Reiki symbols, and I felt the energy straight away when I just connected to them. And like, it always amazes me with crystals that you're drawn to something, you pick it up and you think, oh yeah, I'll have those too. And then you go home and you read what they're about, or you get on the internet and you see what they're about, and they're exactly the right thing. It's like, again, that's your intuition, that's your higher guidance, that's your source or your essence communicating with you. But it's also the universe communicating with you. They're giving you the tools. You've got everything at your disposal that you need to start to move on. And I've had this many times before with many different people when I've had instances. But the only time things don't move and shift is when you shut down or when you close down. And sometimes we close down by feeling like we're powerless, or we haven't got the energy, or we can't create what we want, but you can. And this is the message like from the spirit world, and this is the message from your guidance. It's about opening you up. And so for the next few weeks now, it's going to be opening up a process. But when that opening occurs, you need to action it. So you need to do something. The universe will open, and then you need to action it. So it's about not just sitting there and just walking away from it. You need to go and act upon it. And once you've acted upon it, you've created a seed of growth, or a seed of expansion, or a seed of new awareness, or a seed of new opportunity. But the universe the energy will go into it, and it will grow, and it will grow into an opportunity. But you have to action it. You have to put energy into it. And this is what this sort of message is about today. It's a very practical one, but it's a very sort of important one. So as I start to open up my energies, and it's about putting my energies in a different place, not allowing them to become stuck on where I am now, but more on creating a new vision of where I want to go. And this is what the spiritual sort of like energies are saying to me. So create it, visualize it, send that universal energy out there, and start to create that opportunity where you can start to really do what you truly want. So this is going to be my sort of process for the next few days. The key to it is not to get caught up in the outer reality of everything that's going on. You know, we've got work, bills, stuff like that. All of that's irrelevant. At the end of the day, is I know it's important because we've got things to pay and we've got responsibilities, but you also have a responsibility to yourself for self growth. And you have a responsibility to do something that makes you happy, and you know this is what being a spiritual being is all about. We're about opening up to be happy, and to do what we really want to express and how we want to express ourselves fully. And this is what this time's about, and this is what these two crystals are bringing today. Self-confidence, self-worth, self-awareness, motivational energy to really create what's needed. And it's about opening up. So I now know for the next few weeks and the next few months or the next whatever, I need to start visioning and creating that vision and opening up my energy to start to co-create that reality that I want, the reality I want, of how I want to live my life, how I want to express myself, how I want to spend my time and my energy. Because you're spending your energy and your time in lots of different ways sometimes that you don't want to, or don't really fulfill you. We're doing it because we feel it's a necessity, and when we do that, it's sort of like that's where we become powerless, because then we get caught up in that kind of stagnant energy, and the new cannot be created, or it cannot come in if you don't release the old. And you have to release the old. It's like releasing, cleansing, purifying is all part of being spiritually aware and spiritually open. You have to let go of the old. As soon as you remain focused on where you are now and keep focused on doing that, you'll stay there. But if you let it go and let that experience or where you are now go, and bring in the new vision and the new opportunities or the new sort of awareness of where you want to be, then you'll start to create it. Those opportunities will come through, and that's what's needed. So it's about letting go and then allowing the new to come in. It's like that one door shuts, another one opens. And this is what this time's about, and this is what we're supposed to do as spiritual beings. So this kind of thing, and I feel the energy flow straight through me. I'm feeling this energy through my heart chakra as I start to flow into this. I feel very calm, I feel very peaceful, I don't feel afraid, I don't feel any fear in what I'm talking about now. So I know that there's like a presence in this, but there's also a peace in this, what I'm talking about, because it truly what aligns us. So it's very much around that at the moment. So we need to let go of all those cycles. I know that shifting's been going on for a lot of people, but it's really letting it go. It's when we remain attached to old frequencies, they remain as reality. When we let go of them, they dissolve, and then the new ones come in. It's very much around that this time now. I feel this very strongly. I mean, and I will be doing this within my own life now. I will be practicing what I preach and letting go where I am now, and to allow the new to come in. Because the problem is, I've been sort of like, when you look at where you are now and things aren't shifting, it's not shifting because you're holding on to the vision of now, not the vision of where you want to go. So it's about shifting that and moving through it and dissolving it. And this is the lesson for today, and this is the lesson this is a lesson in co-creation. The universe will co-create with you, but you have to let go of the old. You have to let go of the old patterns, the old frequencies, to allow the new to come in. Like they say, one door shuts, another one opens, and that's how it works. You got to allow that new energy to come in, and you got to allow it to integrate and manifest with you. But it won't do it if you're holding on to the old pattern. So if you truly want to let go and you truly want to move on in your life, you need to let go of where you are now and allow the new to come in, and you'll see the frequencies come in. It's happened instantly for me today, just one moment, opening up, and because I opened up my energy and let go of where I was, then something new came in. And that's the same for all of us, and that's how it works. You start to see the synchronicities. And when we stay with the old frequencies, we stay in the old frequency patterns, so we're not really aware of those synchronicities or those little signs that come on when you meet somebody, or you see something in a picture, or you see something on the TV and you think, oh yeah, that really resonates with me, and it's sort of like, so it gives you something, and that's the universe communicating with you, but it's also your intuitive self communicating with you. So it's about opening up to that, and it's about starting to really connect to it. And so this is the reading for today.